Hey guys, welcome back to the Untold Story of Men podcast, episode 11. I'm Daniel Bartlett, the mindset coach and host of the Untold Story of Men.
Yes, welcome. I am co-host Blake Minto on the Untold Story of Men. So, brother, how's your week been? Oh, a couple of weeks been, actually.
Yeah,
EP11.
It's EP11. It's been, 2 weeks since we've done it?
Yes, yep.
The 2 weeks that I was sick 1 week, which really hit me.
Yeah.
It's funny, though, because what I realised was the communication my body gives me before I get sick. So, like, the Monday I had a headache. The Tuesday I had a migraine. And then the Wednesday I was, like, no energy, full fatigued. And then Wednesday night is when I just got real crook.
Yeah, okay.
So I just had the man cold.
Yeah, the flu, the man flu. Yeah, that's right.
So that, and then I got over that and went back to work on Monday after having 2 days off. And fucking there was a big work incident at work.
Yeah, you told me. So give us a bit of insight. What happened?
Yeah, so that hit me for 6, but as you can see on the board, welcome to the new edition, 200 people were fatally injured at work, 95% of the fatalities were men. So what happened was someone got ran over by a forklift.
Yep.
A 10-ton forklift.
Wow.
On site. And I've never seen anything like that before.
So not your standard forklift.
It's not like your standard forklift like you see. It's a 10-ton one. So the tyres on it are huge.
Yeah.
And they're like tractor tyres.
Yeah.
And the forklifts are like heaps bigger. So, fuck, man. It was really daunting.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything so gruesome in my life. And so what happened was, we'll get into detail. So if you don't like gruesome shit, probably don't listen to this part. I was at my car, which is about 100 meters away from the incident happening. And I was on the phone to my partner and I could hear someone yelling out. And at first it was like, people yell out all the time at work, right? And then I got a bit closer and I could hear it again. So I stood on the concrete barriers. And as I stood up, I heard another call out, and that's when it was like a bigger one.
Yeah.
And it was like fucking a distress call.
Yeah, wow.
And as I stood up onto the concrete barrier, I could see, because there was no one in the forklift, and there was, and then I could see somebody just laying down with their fucking orange rain jacket on, because it had just been raining.
Yeah.
So that's when I started running over. Fucking told the missus I'll call her back. So I ran over to the incident, and fucking the guy that was driving the forklift was just in absolute shock.
Yeah.
It was just like, the fuck do I do?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And I've always wondered how I'd handle high tense situations.
Yes, that would be quite chaotic.
And it was fucking tense. However, I seen old mate that was driving the forklift, seen him in shock. I looked down and seen this guy's leg. And that's when, it just went fuck.
Yeah.
So I immediately got my phone out, called 000, spoke to the guy that was driving the forklift. I can't remember his name, and I won't say his name anyway. Have you got a belt? And he's like, yeah. I said, take that belt off, put it around his thigh, and we'll do it up.
Yeah, great job.
Because I didn't know how bad it was.
That's right, yeah.
And I didn't know if it's going to have a torn artery or what.
Yeah,
So we did that. I was on the phone to 000 for 20 minutes before they got there. But there's like 15 lads on site. So I was the first one to the incident. And then everyone else started coming a couple of minutes later. Because everyone else was like at the other end of the yard. And we were down the back. So as they came down a couple of minutes later, fucking as soon as everyone seen what was going on, everyone was just in shock. Everyone was in shock.
Well, kudos to you for taking charge.
Thanks, bro.
That's great. That's great work. Applying that first aid as well.
Well, I done first aid fucking years and years and years ago. But, it was just the shock of everyone, seeing everyone's face, plus trying to keep it calm in my own.
That's right, yeah.
I was on the phone and I'm trying to direct the ambulance how to get to where we were. And we're on a site where you have to get off the public road, go down a private road onto another private road. So there was no streets, signs to give them, which was quite difficult to explain. However, the supervisor drove down in his ute. I said, can you go to the traffic lights on the main road and put your hazards on? because then I can direct the ambos to look out for you, and then you can drive them in.
Yeah, great work.
So he was like, "Yep, sweet, I'll do that." And then it was just, I had to actually check to see if old mate was dead because he was just dead still.
Yeah.
So when I like put the thing around his thigh, he was just still dead still. I'm like, "Fuck, is he like dead?" So I checked. He was like, "No, he's breathing." He must have just been in shock.
But yeah, was he unresponsive? Like, could he talk or?
At first, for the first couple of minutes.
Jeez.
And it was only, I guess he was just in shock because the screams that came after that was like in a horror movie.
Yeah.
He was screaming fucking hard, man.
Yeah.
And he was grabbing the gravel of the ground, just trying to grab onto something. So I grabbed his hand while I'm still on the phone, and he was just squeezing my fucking hand so tight.
Yeah.
And I just like, fuck, man, this guy's in a lot of pain. But I didn't care. Just fucking squeeze the fuck out of my hand, bro.
Yeah. Just go for
just
it.
Squeeze it. And then the other lads got there, so I got one guy to take over the holding his hand so I could do the ambos.
Yeah.
And then got the forklift driver to get away from that so he could just go do it. But he's just what's happened to him, and then someone else was holding pressure on his wound.
Yeah.
Now it's a big wound.
Yeah.
So I've never seen anything like that with the human body before. Like I've seen, stitches, and I've had stitches in my head, and I've had stitches in my knee, like 18 stitches in my knee, where everything. But this guy's whole calf muscle was exposed.
Oof.
His whole leg, knee down, had no skin.
Poor bloke.
There was skin in the tire.
Oh.
And you could see the yellow fat of the human fucking skin in the tire.
Oh, man.
And like it was chunks of it.
Yeah, wow.
And as you look down at this guy's fucking leg, like the muscles like twitching and pulsating and there's tendons and it was
heavy.
Fucking full on. And then the ambos got there. So then as soon as I seen the ambos, I was able to hang up on 000 and then just told the ambos what's going on. Fuck man, I got to take my hat off to ambos too, by the way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They'd go through. They'd have to see a lot of things.
What they say on a day-to-day basis,
that's right.
I just don't know how they do it.
It's incredible.
So then they got there. There was 3 of them, 2 ambos. They gave me a pair of gloves because they needed assistance. They dosed him up with drugs straight away.
Yeah.
They gave him like a ketamine, morphine, and the green whistle.
Yeah.
Like, he was just in...
Oh, he deserves it.
Bro, he was in so much fucking pain.
Yeah, that's right.
And for 20 minutes, too.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
That's right, yeah.
They gave him all that. And then they made this, like a cardboard cast.
Yep.
So once they had helped him with the pain, it was then time to get him onto the stretcher and into the ambos.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
So we had to be careful because... It looked like he'd been run over, so we weren't sure if his whole leg was just crushed.
Yeah.
It looked like his ankle was definitely broken or dislocated.
Yeah.
I got while the ambos are doing their thing, they were cutting the clothes off him. They gave me this, like, are you okay to help him? Like, yeah. They gave me the cardboard cast, so then I had to hold it at his like fucking calf that had no skin on it. And we had to fold him over into the cast. Yeah. So then we did that, and then we lifted him onto the stretcher, and then we got in the ambos, but there was this blood everywhere. The tire was fucking
and
tire was there.
Do you know how he's going now?
I went and visited him 2 days later.
Yep.
In hospital. So I went to work the next day. And then had a meeting the next day, and I couldn't get the image out of my head.
Yeah, that would have been hard.
I was struggling to sleep. And the screams.
This doesn't say the screams, yeah.
Yeah, the screams, the thing, like, fucking... I got home that night, and babe cooked me dinner. She cooked me a steak.
Yeah.
And I seen the steak, and I went... That looks like his calf.
I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah. So it was really actually hard to eat that steak that night. And it's my favourite fucking food. So it was hard to eat that. Yeah. So I went and visited him a couple of days later. I had to take a day off because I just wanted to I hadn't processed it properly.
Yeah.
And my boss was really fucking good. Everyone was stoked with how I handled the situation.
Yeah, well done. Well done.
Yeah, they've even said that I saved his leg by
Yeah, absolutely.
putting the belt around his thigh. He got to keep his leg, which I was fucking stoked because if I had to put money on it, I would have said he was going to lose it.
Yeah.
Just by seeing the state of it. But again, the joys of living in a country like we do.
Yeah.
You have good doctors.
That's right. And
well,
in that moment, in that bit of chaos there, you know, I guess, how did you keep so calm?
Good question. I'm not sure. I just knew what I had to do.
Yeah.
It was really weird. It was like time didn't exist. It just slowed the fuck down.
Froze, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like
it would have felt like it froze, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of felt like it did. But all I know was I don't know if it's the adrenaline, but everything in me was just lit up.
Yeah.
So my senses, my thinking, everything was just on point. Like I knew exactly what to do. It's like, you need to go do this, you need to do that. And I'm not the boss there.
No,
I'm not a
that's
supervisor,
right,
but I just had to just fucking handle that situation.
Yeah, well, you did a great job. And I guess, I guess for a lot of other people, in put in that position, people sort of, go to water and you just sort of stood up and took it by the reins and went all out.
Yeah. And I could see why people,
it would have been
it's a horrific thing to see.
Yeah.
It really, really is. And there's probably people watching that see it on a regular basis, like ambos or police officers or fireys.
Right. Yeah.
I take my hat off to them because I just couldn't do it every single day, especially if kids and stuff are involved. I just fucking could not do it, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the best way to describe it was time sort of didn't exist. It slowed down. All my senses were lit up, and I just knew what to do.
Yeah.
It was only when I got home, it sort of all wore off, and then I was just like,
well, yeah, it's all
did that just happen?
Yeah, that's it.
Did I just dream that?
Yeah. Can imagine you would have been like that. Wow. And how you feel? How you going now?
Good. Yeah, really good. Took me like a week. Like I told you, I needed a couple of days.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, just took that day off, and I really just spent some time on my own.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't done that, and I hadn't done that for a little while. So I just spent some time on my own. Went to the beach. Just chilled on my own, bro.
Good stuff.
Just process what the fuck just happened.
You would have needed to. Yeah.
And everyone at work was again very fucking grateful the way I handled it. I got a lot of appreciation, applause. It was really good.
Yeah.
Really good. My boss, he was like, yeah, man, take a day,
Give
take 2 days.
Promotion.
Like, do what you need to do. He's put me through my first aid now.
Yeah. Exactly.
And even the ambos said to me, like, when they were leaving, which was, I guess, a really good compliment. He's like, are you an ex-ambo? Like, or
wow,
something? Yeah. I was like, nah, bro. I'm just a mental health coach. He goes, oh, I could probably do with your help.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you guys fuck, man.
That's right.
Oh, well, you see this shit every day?
That's it, yeah.
But, yeah, it was crazy. So he's still in, obviously, long recovery.
Yeah.
I think he was spending 2 weeks in John Hunter.
And his leg, is his leg shattered, or was it?
No, so there was no broken bone in his leg.
Wow. Wow.
I think it was just a dislocated ankle. I could be wrong. But so this is what makes me think what's happened. The forklift didn't actually run over his leg.
Yeah.
I think what's happened is because the tires are big and they're like tractor tires, so they got like those massive grooves in it. I think what's happened is he was close to the forklift and old mate hasn't seen him and reversed into him and the tires just ripped down his leg.
Oh, yeah.
Which has then forced him down. But then ripped all his skin off.
Wow.
Because that's the only way I can think that you wouldn't get a broken bone. And it just ripped it off. So he's had 3 surgeries. Yeah, okay. One straight away to obviously see what was going on and save tendons and whatever. The muscle and everything else was completely off the bone. Yeah. And then they did another surgery the next day to clean everything out because it was filthy. Like there was gravel and shit everywhere. So they had to clean it out, make sure no infections were going to get going to grow in there. Yeah. And then the last surgery was shitloads of skin grafting. Yeah. Which I guess they take from wherever you are.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, that's huge. So, and right, so from apart from that, what you just went through, how's other things been?
Really good.
Okay, all right.
Work's great. Clients are good.
Awesome.
Yeah, man, I've just been real busy.
Yeah.
I haven't been this busy in a little while.
Yeah,
So
you said before you were doing 12 hours a day.
So I'm doing 12s, Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing 8s on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, wow.
So just getting the bank back up.
Yeah.
Getting back into being busy again. I like being busy.
Yeah, that's it.
And then I've got clients in the evenings.
Yeah.
And Saturday afternoon, like yesterday, had a client come over helping an athlete as well. Jack, who we had on the podcast, helping him get ready for the swimming nationals. And then, I had a client just before this potty, so I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, it's non-stop. Well, I'm teaching my new teachings now, so that's also good too.
Yeah.
So I work off 3 characters: the slave, the warrior, and the king now.
Yeah, yep.
And yeah, man, I'm excited to teach you that too.
Awesome. I can't wait. Can't wait to dive into it.
Yeah.
And that was from your time away?
My trip away that I went for my business summit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was birthed from that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
Birthed from that.
Yeah, cool.
So yeah, man, I was fucking stoked.
Awesome. Sounds like a successful trip.
Bro, 100%. Worth every penny. And yeah, I'm getting some good feedback on it.
Yeah, cool.
Because the way I want mental health to be is I want to be able to give the tools to my clients so they don't have to come back to me, right? And then they can do it themselves.
Perfect.
And then they can fucking teach others. So that's what I've sort of come up with in the characters.
Yeah, I like that. And I feel like that's a good lesson here is because like with mental health, you don't want your clients to come back. That's the whole idea of it.
Yeah.
So you see there's so many scammers these days. Join this and subscribe for this or whatever where you have to keep coming back though.
Yeah.
Which is rubbish. So.
Yeah. Rubbish.
Tosses.
Someone comes to me, give them the resources, the tools, and I'm really working I want to get more intimate with my clients.
Yeah.
So I'm working like 3-month containers.
Yeah.
Which then gives us the safety to, build something good.
Yeah.
And that way I know when they leave the sessions that they've learned everything.
Exactly.
And I know they're going to be competent.
Yeah.
So
So
I like to be in touch with my clients as well.
Course. That's a good way to do it as well.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, man, that's what's been happening for me the last 2 weeks. It's been fucking
massive.
Yeah. What about you? What's been going on?
No, look, not much. I guess we'll touch on here because we're on the men's mental health. A couple of weeks ago, it is not. I guess suicidal ideation. Had a overcome of waves of emotion, doubting myself, saying things like I'm not good enough, and I guess I think the world would be a better place without me.
Yeah.
That's what I was just thinking, but I was able to reach out to someone close to me who just reassured me that I was going to be all right. I have heaps of things going on around me. I'm healthy. I'm happy. I have 4 beautiful children that look up to me, and that's all it took. And I spoke about it on my Instagram, and I talked about it just to put it out there in the universe. And after doing that, I've had so many people reach out to me in a positive way, and just with all the reassurance, and it's made me feel a lot better. Just to speak about it, and to reach out to someone that was close to me, and that's all I had to do, and just everything. I felt like a weight off my shoulders.
Fuck yeah. Awesome, bro. And awesome work for reaching out as well.
Yeah, it was.
And I've seen the video, bro. It was vulnerable.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to do it for, just to show to other men as well. That was the idea I had. But yeah, it wasn't still I started talking about it, and I was like, oh well, I feel heaps better. But I was in that. I think I'm in that headspace. I was in that headspace where I was like, oh, I don't know if I should talk about it, or how you get that stigma crap.
The stigma.
Yeah, it's back again. Yeah, I know. And after I spoke about it, I'm like, well, see, it wasn't that bad, was it?
Fuck yeah. Do you know what brought it all on?
I think it was just I've had a lot of stuff going on, just busy with my kids, and work, and with my fight. Just heaps of things are on my mind. I'm just trying to juggle everything, and then I think I've just been sort of with my feelings or whatever. I've just been sort of tossing off to the side because I got to keep. I'm always busy, so I'm just like I just got to keep rolling on with the day, and then just I think it caught up with me.
Yeah.
And then just bang hit me all at once, and I'm like, and all of a sudden I'm in my car crying. I was like, fuck, and then but that's it. So, but I just was unaware of, what was going on where I should have been talking about it, but I was just ignoring it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's more or less what it was.
Because it does build up, man. Like
it does. Yeah.
Like the leading cause of death among the leading cause of death among Aussie men is suicide, ages 15 to 44.
Yeah.
That is. When I was writing that just before, I said to you, that's crazy.
Well, I can't. Even the teenage stats. That's a massive eye opener. Like, wow, that is.
So there's a lot of people out there that experience what you experienced last week, and they just feel trapped and lost.
That's right. Yeah.
But you even said, even just reaching out to a mate that you knew that could support you.
Yeah.
Fucking.
That made all the difference in the world.
A lot of difference, right? And because what happens is when we get these thoughts and we ignore them, we get these thoughts and we ignore them, we get these thoughts, it's like you're constantly pouring water into a cup.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a draining system, then everything's just going to overflow.
Yeah, perfect.
So it's exactly what fucking happens.
That's exactly what happened, literally.
And it just overflows and you just have no way out, and I'm glad that you fucking released it.
Yeah.
But that's... Some people just don't know how to do it, and then it overflows, and then they just keep pouring water in it, and it overflows, and they keep doing it.
That's right, yeah. And I think I've still got to, I've still got to understand when that's happening, because sometimes I'm unaware of what's going on until it all catches up with me. But I was aware of the situation that was happening though, with what the overflow of feelings, and I was like, all right, this is what I need to do. I need to reach out. Do all this. So I was happy I knew what to do there, where other people have been unlucky, but that's what I mean. But I need to become self-aware of when things are creeping up a bit, and I need to talk about it.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Have you tried journaling?
I have. I used to journal all the time, and you know what? That's one thing I haven't been doing lately.
Yeah.
So
So give that a try, man.
Yeah, I will.
Like I've just tasked one of my clients to do some journaling because he was experiencing similar things to you. It wasn't suicide though, but it was just constantly battling the demons in his head, and just got in the journal just for the week, and that's made a massive difference.
Yeah.
You're getting it out of your head and on paper.
That's right.
It's kind of like you're transferring the energy from your thoughts out onto paper.
You are, yeah.
And you don't even have to understand it. Just fucking.
That's right. Yeah.
Just right.
That's good. It's a good point, because I actually did used to do that, and then I actually feel better after I write it out with how I was feeling.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
100%.
oh my god, like this is just as good as talking to someone.
Yeah.
It's out there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about meditation? Do you do meditation?
One thing I had stopped, which I was doing, meditation and breathing, all that stuff, which I haven't been doing. I'm going to start. Actually, I meditated probably for the first time in a long time, probably about a week ago, and I was like, that in itself helped out so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and breathing. I do a lot of breathing stuff.
Yeah.
That helps as well.
Yeah, because you've got a lot. Yeah, like you said, you've got a lot coming up too.
Yeah.
And going on.
Yeah.
Because when your flight's been pushed back to that 8th?
June the 8th,
June the 8th?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And it was pushed back because one of the fighters on the main card?
Yeah, main card. Minor injury, but I think it was Jai, but they want to make sure Jai's in tip-top state.
100%.
And you can't blame.
Yeah,
like 100%. That makes sense. So when Jai's in top state, he's a really dangerous man.
Yeah.
So,
mate will be spewing.
He's scary.
But that gives you more time to be more prepared.
I'm going to be more than prepared now. So I'm going to have all the confidence in the world going into that fight. There's not going to be any second questions about it.
Like, and what does this fight mean to you?
I just feel like, it's a good opportunity for me. I feel like to fight, if I give it my all, and when I beat this guy, I'm hopefully what I want is, my goal is to try and get a contract with Matchroom Boxing, which is Eddie Hearn's promotions, which is the zone which we're fighting on. So I want to go out there and make a big statement myself.
Nice.
That's the plan. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Because Eddie Hearn,
Eddie Hearn, yeah.
He's want to take it over, right?
Yeah,
With the
man.
boxing.
Yeah, that Matchroom Boxing and DAZN is like one of the biggest, if not the biggest, promotion in the world.
Because he is this his first time in Australia?
No, he's done a couple, but based around Jai.
Right.
So yeah, so Jai's had a couple. I think he had another one here, maybe that sometime within the last year, and that was really good as well.
Yeah.
And he's got, I think that Justin Hooney's on it. He's another heavyweight prospect of ours, really, really good. So it's got a stacked card. It'll be good.
Fuck yeah. That'd be sick, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Because you're defending your title too?
Yeah, my WBC Australasian title. Yeah.
And do you know much about your opponent?
Yeah, he's an Irishman. So he's going to come to fight. So that's all right. That's what I'm used to. And
you love anger issues.
Yeah, that's right. And it's a 10-rounder. He hasn't done 10 rounds before. So, and for a guy to step up, to fight someone like me in a 10-round fight, I'm licking my lips because I've got one pace and that's go.
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to stick to him on his chest, and I don't even care if he knows my game plan because I hope he does.
That's
right. So I'm just going to put it on him the whole 10 rounds, and yeah. That's the plan.
Fuck yeah. Awesome, man. That is exciting. It's in Gold Coast, yeah?
Yeah, on the the Gold Coast Convention Centre, pretty sure it's called.
Because me and Mrs. are going to come up and watch.
Yeah, awesome. I've had actually a lot of people in the community buy tickets already. So I'm pumped for it.
Yeah, we'll get tickets for sure.
Yeah.
Is there can you get different levels of tickets? Like, can you get closer to the ring?
I'm sure you can. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I might try and get in his corner so I get
That's right, you get the
Irish. What are the Irish doing now?
That's right.
Oh, fucking hell.
What are the hats called? The Peaky Blinder hats. I might wear one of the rings.
You got a leprechaun.
Yeah. I'm the one who does look like the leprechaun. He's tall.
That's good. And how's the team, like the coach, how's everyone else feeling good?
Oh, we're feeling really good. Yeah. Training's come along really good. Coach is in a happy and good spot with me, and that's all that matters. When you got a good team and it's healthy and everything's going the right way, it's the best feeling. Yeah, we're on the same page, and that's good.
And then what's on for you after the fight? When you win?
I don't know. I just got the goal to win now, and then I'll work out what happened after. Yeah.
Well, you'll get a contract with Eddie.
Yeah, that's it. That's the plan.
Travel around the world with Eddie.
That's right.
Fuck yeah.
Get me on those Matchroom promotions around the world. I'll fight anyone for the right price.
100%, bro. What else has been happening in your world, bro?
Not much. Just, I guess, having some dramas with my young fella's mum, but nothing I went and seen family law actually. So just stuff like that, but everything to do with my everyday life. Yeah. That's just
small
that's
stuff.
life. Yeah,
more water pouring into the cup, innit?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Just dealing with it.
Yeah. Just deal with it the best way you can.
Yeah,
100%. And it's good that you have got strong people around you.
Yeah, that's right.
Especially when you're in training camp, because a lot of people just turn to abuse.
Yeah, that's right.
The drink or whatever the dopamine addictions that they get.
Yeah.
So it's really good that you aren't going anywhere near that.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that. Last year when I was going through the court case, and I was living with my mate, he goes to me, he rocked up from one day from work, and he goes to me, he goes, you inspire me. He goes, any other bloke would have just went to what you're going through, would have went straight to the beers. He goes, I know I would have. I just went straight to the beers, but you've got a fight locked in, and you're just focused. And it was like a lot of other dudes was just crumble, which was really nice to hear because especially coming from one of my good friends.
Yeah.
Like we're always like that together. But when he said that, I was like, wow, he really means it. So it was nice to hear something like that from him.
Yeah. It is good, and you can even use that negative energy that's created from all the shit you're going through. You could use that and turn it into positive energy in the ring too.
That's what I usually so that's what I've usually been doing. So I just take whatever negative I have bring it in the sparring with me. Sorry.
Is that what you've always done?
I don't know. I wouldn't say I've always done it. I guess life along the journey of life, you get things that pop up that challenge you, and I guess in my boxing now I sort of bring it into my training, but that helps me train harder. in a sense, but it hasn't always been there. I've just always been competitive when I was younger, but as I got older, you know, when I get challenges, I bring them in the gym sometimes. Although the good thing is to leave your emotions outside the door, but I can't sometimes.
Sometimes.
You see what I'm trying to beat on, Tom.
There was one thing you mentioned, like the teenagers.
Yeah.
Here. Now, we're both dads.
Yep.
And my son's 12. You already have a teenager.
Yep.
How does that make you feel, knowing that?
That scares me.
Yeah.
That it's and the fact that these teenagers, women, boys or girls, had to go through that at such a young age and feel like they were trapped and they couldn't go anywhere else except to hurt themselves is just scary. I can't imagine what they went through, you know, especially so young in a world where I guess it's so intimidating that they had to go through that. Like, it's just scary. I find that, like, I'm scared for my kids.
I think a lot of it would be linked to bullying at school, which also would say, like, the bullying doesn't just end with school because you've got social media and
that's right.
All that kind of stuff.
That's the thing now. Like, as we were coming through, as you know, growing up, we were just getting introduced to that. We probably went through a time where it was half and half.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then now it's in your face from
everywhere.
From everywhere. Yeah.
Because I don't know if you seen. Did you see Adolescence? Have you seen that yet?
I have seen it. Yeah, right. Netflix. Yeah, watched it. I was hooked straight away.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Adolescence, go do yourself a favor and go and watch it.
Yeah, very confronting.
Yeah, very confronting. It's about a young English boy being accused of killing a girl at his school.
Yeah, I think it was around the same age or something.
Like it was a violent killing.
It was violent.
It was like 10 stabs.
Yeah, it was horrific.
Very violent. And yeah, that was like trying to say the teenage boys. But then in that TV series, he was getting picked on. Well, it looked like he was getting picked on. And then he had an anger outburst and allegedly did what he did.
Yeah.
Watching that also, because I think he was like 13 or 14, that young boy. Yeah. My son's 12. Now, I know my son's, he hasn't got an angry bone in his body. He's really a great, genuine kid.
He's a good boy.
Good boy. But he's also being like, you know, not severely picked on, but there's been smart, like, older boys at his school kind of fucking giving him shit here and there. But it brings me back to this because it doesn't just end at school. And if kids get a hold of your social media, they can still pick on you and pick on you and pick on you. And it makes me feel like these kids don't have anywhere to go whatsoever.
That's right.
They can't speak to their parents about it. They definitely can't speak to their friends about it. And it sort of puts them into this fucking box.
It does,
where they think that suicide's the only way out. Or they get put in that box and they lash out violently.
Well, that's right. Well, and when they get put in that box at such a young age, they don't have the life experience to know what to do next.
No.
You know, and like we talk about that stigma, but they have no idea what stigma is, you know. They're just, and their only outlet is unfortunately to, you know, hurt themselves.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and like you said, it comes with, like, you get bullied at school, but then it also follows you home on social media.
Yeah.
So there's no real, it's hard.
Because it's, as well, like, you know, you're just hitting puberty, you're just getting testosterone, and then you're finding out you have fucking rage or anger. And I don't know about you, but when I was a teenager at that age and I had rage, I felt like I was the fucking strongest person in the world.
Yeah. You do. You feel.
Especially when you get into, like, I used to have rage blanks when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And you'd sort of like, oh, fuck, did I just do that?
Yeah.
And then when you realise what you did, you'd fucking bawl your eyes out.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't feel like there's anything in schools helping kids understand what they're going through.
Yeah.
It's like, you were a boy, now you're transitioning into a man. You're going to have all these different hormones, all these different thoughts, all these different things playing out.
And well, you'd like to think now that hopefully there is something in schools. Like, I hope there is for my young girl. And I'm super honest with I'm trying to create the relationship with my eldest girl now that if she can come to me and say anything, like she, for the first time, I couldn't believe it. A few weeks ago, she was so nervous about telling me that, you know, she's a young girl and obviously there's going to be boys or whatever that come into her life. Well, that's life, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, so she built up, I could see there was something on her mind. She built up her courage to say something. And I think what she was expecting was a lot different than what I gave her, because she probably assumed that I was going to get cranky or whatever. And she told me that, you know, she likes this boy, and that she wants to, you know, eventually maybe go out with him. And I was just like, oh, first of all, like I said, thank you for telling me, you know. And the second thing was, I was just like, just know your worth. You know, if this guy's going to if he's a boy, he's a young man, you know, just as long as he treats you right, that's all that matters. All right. And I'm here to support whatever decision you make. And I think she was just like, what? in a state of shock.
Shouldn't you be grounding me and telling me not to go?
That's all right. And the funny thing is that she copped more flack from her mum than what she did from me. It was the roles reversed. I said, see?
That's awesome. Yeah, because you just created a shitload of trust.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do with my kids now. Yeah.
Awesome, bro. Well done.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Because now she's going to feel like she can open up to you with zero judgment.
Yeah.
And that's what's important, to have zero fucking judgment.
Yeah.
Because the moment they feel judged, it's when they're going to close off. They're going to not tell you that they're getting on drugs or drinking or having sex or any of that shit.
Yeah.
And that's probably the most dangerous parts about, you know, drinking, all that kind of stuff. So I really, that's really cool, man.
Yeah, that's the relationship I've been just trying to create with them, and it's taken me years. But I think her mum's sort of gotten her head about, you know, I'm this boxer dude, you know, he's not going to take this right.
Yeah,
but I've been trying to get her to unlearn that. I'm not that guy. I'm her father.
Yeah, well, you can be both.
Yeah, that's right, exactly.
You know, because boxing to you is more than a sport; it's also a career too.
That's it. Yeah.
You know, it's just another job for you.
Yeah.
But then being a dad is also another job. And like, it was good advice. Know your worth.
Yeah.
Don't lower your standards.
No,
don't cop any shit.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, it's really good advice. Because, what about, because your young fella's really, he's only 2, 3?
My youngest boy, he's 2. Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
So you've still got like another 10, 13 years or whatever until he's in that stage.
Yeah.
But you doing this stuff now with your daughter is only going to make it easier for you when your son comes in. Yeah.
That's right.
Because, Caden's 12.
Yeah, he's 12, yeah.
He doesn't open up much
When's
yet.
he 13?
January.
Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so January. But I also know that he's, like, we've had talks about alcohol. He's had a girlfriend or still has a girlfriend, but she moved different schools. So I don't know if that's going to happen anymore. But the way he handles situations, I'm really proud of as well. Like one of the first things is, I'll say to him is like, okay, how did it make you feel when they said that to you and what did you do? And he'd be like, great. I fucking just brushed it off, or I just told him he's an idiot or whatever, or I went to teacher, or his mates fucking jumped in, they all tackled him or something. And it was, I've always said to him, whenever hurt people. So whenever a kid is just being nasty to you, you've got to remember that kid's doing it to himself.
Yeah.
He's got some serious issues going on at home, and he feels like he needs to lash out, and he's just lashing out at you for whatever reason. So it's important to take that personally. However, if somebody physically hurts you, I've told him you're allowed to self-defense.
Yeah. I said the same thing to me eldest girl in high school. I said, there's been fights going on, and I said, oh, well, has anyone been bullying you? She goes, no, it's been all right. I said, if anyone bullies you, that, you know, just be polite or whatever. But there's going to come a time where you're going to have to stick up for yourself and defend yourself.
Yeah.
And I said, if it comes down to it and someone touches you, I said, you just whack them. All right, like there's a fine line, you know, that you know, otherwise people just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. I was like, one day there's gonna be a time where you just gotta stick up for yourself and then just do it. Yeah.
It's important. I've actually thought about
because she's the most kindest girl ever.
Yeah, of
like
course.
she hasn't got a bad bone in her body,
Yeah.
unlike her old man.
Yeah.
But she's everything I would want to be, but in a girl version.
Fuck yeah! It's good that you've noticed that. She hasn't got the old habits that you used to have.
Yeah.
It's because that's what I like about my son too. Like, unless something happens and he turns really aggressive, but I just can't see that happening.
Yeah.
Like, he's never had a tantrum.
Yeah.
So like, whereas when I was a little kid, I'd have a tantrum every fucking week.
Every hour.
Yeah, every hour.
That's it.
Fuck.
Chucking tannies left, right, center.
But if you are watching and you've got kids around that age, I think it'd be really important to create a safe space like Blake did, and just talk to them. Maybe open up about some things you did when you were a teenager. So the best way to get someone to open up and create safety is through vulnerability. So be vulnerable about something a mistake you made when you were that age.
Yeah.
And then they will feel more safe to open up about what's going on in them.
And it may not work the first couple of times, but as long as you keep creating that safe space, eventually they will crack and it will come through. And that just comes with good communication.
100%.
Yeah.
Because judging them or getting aggressive at them will only just push them further away. And then they'll start, and this is what happened with me.
No, I was going to say the same thing.
It's like, well, fuck you, I'm going to go do this.
I'm going to go do it.
Yeah. And it'll only push them further away. Whereas if you can create that safe space, it'll do them massive. And if you are struggling, mentally, do what Blake did and reach out to somebody, get that support. Reach out to us, reach out to the potty, reach out to me, reach out to Blake.
Yep.
And I want to know if you guys have been in a serious injury or you've witnessed one. I'd love to speak to you guys. And how did you handle it? How did you deal with it? Like, I've heard of a lot of things that happened at work, but I've never seen anything.
Yeah.
And it happens more than you fucking think.
I think it hasn't personally happened to me, but I know of a lot of stories. There's a lot of stories out there.
Yeah, because I know that at a Rara power station, 2 weeks before the incident happened, so like a month ago, some young kid lost his fucking leg.
Yes, I heard about that. Yeah,
a container, I think, fell on his leg and he lost his leg. So it happens a lot, especially in construction, mining, and I think agriculture was actually the biggest one.
Yeah.
So I would love to hear your stories, but that's all I've got for this sesh, man.
Yeah. No, that's all. That's all from me. Just remember to like and subscribe,
please. If you like what we do and you follow what our goal is, and that's to break the stigma and help men around mental health, then subscribe is free. And it's fucking really supportive. So I'm like a guy at work loved our podcast.
Yeah.
He's in like his 50s. Loved the table too. By the way. And he's like, "Oh, does it cost me money to subscribe?" I'm like, "No, it's free." And it's the best way you can support the channel.
That's right. Yeah.
So I think 86% of people that watch don't subscribe. So if you can support us, please subscribe.
Yeah. Subscribe, like, share around, comment. Let us know your thoughts.
Fuck yeah. Let us know this.
Yeah.
And we'll have a host next week.
Yep.
Next Easter weekend.
Yeah.
So have a good Easter weekend.
That's it. Have fun. Look after each other.
Thanks for watching. See ya.